Tiffany.
Good evening. I just loved our music. I love our music.
Yes. I know. We need a longer version. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I am Lady Tiffany Anisette Pringle, and I'm here with the lovely
Lady Shawanna Kennedy. And
and
we are
first
First Lady
Preneur.
Preneurs.
I am excited to be here with my co-host, talking all things what First Ladypreneurs talk show is all about. We are here to inspire and showcase women of faith who hold the title of First Lady alongside their significant other, their husband, their wife, their husband. Sorry about that. Their husband. About things that they're determined to do, how they want to achieve success, follow their dreams while it's outside of the box and do something you have never done before. So today our topic is 7 steps to entrepreneurship. So for those of you who have thought about starting a business, just don't know where to start, we're here to give you 7 tips today. So please listen closely, share this live if you like. We want you to share it with someone that you know need today's message. So our first tip for today is
Da, 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 da.
how to decide on
Yes.
this idea. How do you decide?
How do you really decide? You know what? When I think back for me, and I'm grateful that I believe we're both multifaceted women of God, right? So one of the things is kind of like, what do you know when you think about being a person of faith, right? It's like, what is it that you know that you do and not even have to think about it? What is something that when I think about what is it that you could even be doing?
Right.
And you don't realize that it actually could even be a business. So it's like thinking about a business idea. That's some of the things, is saying, what is it that I already do that I can get a return on the time, right? I don't know if you're spending any money with it. So for me, when I think about certain business ideas, it's like, what am I possibly doing, or what's already in my hands, if you will, that I can use as even if it's the initial, call it baby, right? To then grow thereby. What's your thoughts, lady?
So I love what you're sharing so far. I mean, sometimes we fail to realize that we have a business sitting within us. And we've already started doing some of those things. So I want to provoke you into thinking, what is it that I've been doing already that I can make money doing? Right? Decide on a business idea. And as Lady Kennedy shared, we are multifaceted women. We have many gifts, many talents, and sometimes it's just hard to choose just one. So I want you to start putting together a list. I love putting together lists because it helps find clarity in the midst of all of the distractions. So take out a sheet of paper and just start writing down a list of things you really love to do. Okay. And if for some reason you just can't think, I would encourage you to go for a nice walk. Maybe sit by the water. Maybe some of you are in Florida. You can go sit on the beach. That's what I do on the weekends. But find the water, find whatever inspires you. Maybe go sit on a bench in a garden, watch the flowers, wherever you need to go to quiet your mind to think, okay? So that you can reflect on the things that make you special, what makes you unique. And as we shared earlier, sometimes it's right up under your nose. So I'll just share some ideas. Maybe you're good at baking. That's a business, right? And you can get so creative in that area. Maybe you're good at helping people find solutions. You're a problem solver. So that's a service. So it doesn't matter. It could be a product or a service. The fact of the matter is, you want to hone in on what it is you would really enjoy doing.
Yeah, I love what you're sharing, and I'm so glad. And thank you again. I see you guys jumping in and tuning in. So thank you for joining us on this episode of First Ladypreneurs. Again, I am Lady Shawanna Kennedy, and I'm joined by my amazing co-host, Lady Tiffany Anisette Pringle. And today we're sharing 7 steps to help you. And if possibly, if you're already in business, maybe it's something to say, this is part of my reason, right? When you think about it, deciding too, what I have to add, and I would love to add, is thinking about why. Not only the idea, but after the idea, the why behind the idea. Not
Yes.
only, of course, will I get a return on my investment. Hey, let's just say we're women in business. The return on the investment, but why? What's the impact? And then she mentioned about you and what is it? Your unique selling proposition. Now we know that we're all special, but we have to say what is that thing, right? She mentioned baking. If you're thinking about baking, what dessert that you make that your special cherry on top or that special frosting makes you stand out from your competition. Huh? Right. I know that that's some of the parts of what we're going to be getting into here, but I just wanted to make sure that I added that piece. No, if you know you already have something burning or you're on the cusp of getting it started, I have to say it, even with your knees shaking and your teeth chattering, do it.
Do it. Love
They
it.
need to see you. You need to see you. Do it. Stop making excuses. Make the adjustment and start it. And what she said, what is the next thing you have? I know we have something juicy. That was step number one to what? Decide on the idea. What about number two?
Times we here and we're super excited. We want to get started. We're hitting the ground running and we forget our competitors who exist around you locally at the state level. Like, how far do you want to take this? And then what are the gaps that you add to your business? Gives it that really improve what already exists. So when you're doing your market research, find out, how can I make this better? You know, I remember when I was creating my bag on wheels. Now, granted, there were bags on wheels already on the market, but I had an idea for something totally different. Like, I wanted it to look more be more fashionable for women. And the bags that existed, they were manly looking bags. They were boring. So I wanted to bring it to life. So I did my research. I pulled every type bag on wheels on the and created something that did not exist. I improved what already existed. So, Lady Kennedy, what do you have to say about that?
And I love that. And yes, you got to see her bags. This is no shameless plug here. No shameless plug. Check the bag out. Because when we think about women in business, and this is actually, I must say this, this is what Women's History Month, right?
Yes.
And amongst you, you have not only did she design, she has a patent for her bag. It would not, I have to say that because that's a big deal for me to know that she, at what, in her 20s, in her 20s, we're thinking like that. So, what is it that we have right before us that we could be doing something with it that's already on the inside? And it's like when you think about something unique, what is it that, again, that you could put your spin, your twist on it? Also, be mindful with those same thoughts. Uh, there is a such thing as colors, and think about even your colors, right? You don't have to go and get all bogged down when you're thinking about logos and things like that. But then think about even what colors would even go with your business. It's little simple fun things like that because colors actually have a meaning. So
Yes.
when you're thinking about building this business, starting this business, or if you're already in it and you just was like, well, I like purple. right? But then it's not speaking to your ideal client. Be mindful about even things like that. So I want to make sure that I added that piece in there too. So check out the colors because it even bring and even brighten you up, right? Because we already know places like Target and Coca-Cola, they can get away with red, but certain brands can't get away with red because, of course, it's seen as already putting a stop before you even get started. So just consider stuff like that that really will make a difference in some of the stuff that you're actually doing as you once you made the decision, once you had the idea, because then you want not only the idea, you have to decide to move to in with that, move forward with that idea, right? So moving forward with the idea, you had the decision, you had to do, now you've done some research. Part of that research is thinking about potentially the colors that fit around what it is that's going to be your number one product, right? Because a lot of things are going to come up, but what's that one thing that could be your fastest path to cash, right? Yeah, we're going to talk about money on here, okay? Y'all make a note. We're going to talk about money on here. So, what's the one product within your research that is a quality product, right? But it's the fastest way to cash that you can actually get a return on your investment sooner than later. So, in that research, think about things like that. Yeah, I had to add that. Which
No, I love it. And I really love how you talked about, I'm thinking market research, like competitors and directories and things of that sort. You brought out something that is so important: colors, feel.
Well, I'm graphics. I'm graphics over here. I'm the graphics girl. So hey, I think about that, right? What gets their attention?
Yes, the art behind it, the what speaks to your brand. And I love how you correlated this particular piece as you think about marketing research. Because a lot of people, some people do, some people don't think about the name, how they're going to name it, what pointing it be wider, narrow, more narrow, and all of those details matter. I know when I started creating the Tiffany Anisette brand, for me, it was my personal signature. I felt that was a piece of me that I was sharing with the world. Like, this is the brand, this is my signature. It's coming from within, and you can have a piece of that. Not only that, when I first started thinking about the bag that I was creating, I had this fabulous idea that I was going to put affirmation quotes in the lining of the
I
bags.
love that.
So
Ah,
yes. So in the beginning, it was really difficult getting, the fabric stamped, and we ended up
mhm.
doing just my name stamped on the inside of the bags. But my initial birthing of the idea was affirmations on the inside of the bag, because I wanted women, when they opened their bag, that there was a message there that spoke to them on that particular day. Like, you are amazing today. They could be having a bad day, but that bag was going to bring them back to life and say, hey, I can handle this day no matter what.
I love that. If you guys are loving what you're hearing, please just send some love in the comments to let us know. So we'll know. And because with this being Women's Month, right? I mean, we're women every day. Let us know if it's even some topics that you want us to discuss, like this juicy one here. Talking about this giving you 7 steps. So I'm excited, and I love that. I love that. Because of course we know that we have not only what we think, but what we say and what we bring about, what we move to action in. So knowing that that was part of your thought process with the bag and things that throughout the day, because it has to be a lifestyle, right? This walk, when we're the walk that we're in, choosing to do this, it is, and that's why I mentioned earlier about your why. Because being a person that wants to start a business, you have got to remember why you started it to begin with. You
Yes.
have to, because at the end of the day, when you don't have enough, what when your change is strange, as they say, When your change is strange, you have to remember why you began this, whatever the thing is, right? That's gonna, of course, help you, but then serve your community. It's gonna bless your home, and it's gonna give honor. We believe, we hope, it's gonna give honor to God and what it is that you know you want Him to bless. So I love that. I love that. Yes. And
Thank
because of that, you know what? One of the things that which is perfect to lead us into the next step, which is creating a business plan. When you think about that, you were talking about linings, and you know you deal with leathers, and we know you uh, um, there's vendors and a whole slew of things when you're if you're putting together a certain type of product, you know, beyond even if you were doing something that we know make a whole bunch thousands of dollars every year, hundreds of thousands of dollars every year, is the t-shirt industry. Even if you were making your branded t-shirts, you still have to be mindful to know who's the best vendor for that, as well as then if you're going to do a type of vinyl or stones. Those are things you have to not only do your research, but then put that in a business plan. You have got to have your projections and what's the goal. Are you going to, you know, with those saying, like I said, a one product, is it going to be, I have my one signature, like she has her that has the bag line amongst some other things. And if you're following me, you already know that what I represent with empowering you. So it's like, what is that thing that you're saying, this is where I'm going to put my money, so my business plan is around this, but here's my 3 month, 6 month, my 1 year goal. What's my 90-day goal? What does
yes.
that look like, and how much money will that cost you out the gate? Right?
Mhm.
What do you have to say about that, Lady Pringle?
Yeah, so a business plan is so important because it helps you project the future. Like it's giving you an idea, kind of like a peek into the future. You don't know what to expect. Categories so that you can align the work that you're doing to reach those goals. So you have your goals, and you know what is the vision for my idea, my product, my service. And then you have finance section. Okay, what how much money do I need to fund this? How much money I need up front? You know, do I need to get funded by a bank? They want to see this document. And then also, this particular document helps keep you on track. To make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you don't get derailed or distracted. You go back to that business plan and look at your marketing strategy, look at your SWOT analysis, look at your
Hold
executive.
up, hold up, hold up. You might have, you know, we cannot assume. I cannot let you just skate past that. For those who just in case there is somebody who may not know, you slid the word SWAT in there. Come on, I'm gonna need you to swing back.
So your SWOT analysis, that is
Come
an
on.
important piece. It is your strengths that you're really good. Location that's in a good place, that could be a strength. Your weakness, maybe you don't have all the funding that you need, or all the people that you need. So that could be a weakness. Opportunity, what I'm doing, what other competitors have to be a tool. It can be environmental threat. It could be a location threat. So threats can be different things. It just depends on the type of business that you have.
Yeah, that's good. I just could not let you just squeeze on by there. Just it'd be perhaps there could be somebody looking in or listening, and even if they're catching it on the what hashtag replay, to even think about those things, like what is the strengths and the weaknesses not only of the business but of you, and what are the opportunities, right? Because there's always opportunities. My grandmother said a long time ago, God rest her soul, is opportunity is like a ball headed thing. You know, some of those things can slip away, and if we don't have important pieces in place, i.e., business plans, right? Because you could be speaking to the very person that could write the check, right? That can make the deposit on your business, right? God is such a great God. He will have you to be stuck on the elevator with the person that has the money that you need,
Yeah.
right? I know in one of the businesses that I'm a part of, it's even knowing what is your, speaking of elevator, like the pitch. What is the pitch for your, what is the pitch for your business? If you only had not even 5, 10, 15 minutes to discuss it, what could you say about your business in a minute? What can you say about your business in a minute? That's something for you to think about. And not even just your business, but you are your business, right? So think about how could you represent yourself within 60 seconds? What could you say? Because here's the thing, I have to mention this. Here's the thing, we are selling whether we like it or not. So are you gonna sell for yourself, or are you gonna sell for someone else? Because
Yes.
whether you want to, willingly or unwillingly, you are selling something. The thing and the key is to then, I say use it all. I say it all the time, use it all, but then make it work for you. Make it work for you where it's beneficial, right? So with that, think about the SWOT. She gave you what that means. We talked about making a decision. You got to decide what is that idea? What is that idea? Then you got to do your research. We talked just a little bit about even some of the branding and the marketing around what that needs to be done to do that, as well as then we went to that business plan, having that and just having the projections, because we know, i.e., the pandemic, right? It showed up, it shifted everybody's stuff. But what I
Yes.
have to insert here is for some people, they did the best they've ever done in their entire life during a
Yes.
pandemic. So that's why it is good to say write the vision and make it plain. That means you have things that you not need only you need to write down so that you can be prepared to walk them out. Because you can have a beautiful dream, but if you don't get up and write that stuff down, guaranteed, and you don't have to be as old as we are, you will forget. So write it down and put it into plan. But in order, one of those things that need to be a part of the plan, and here is our fourth step for the day, is what? Creating a budget. Come on and talk about a little bit about making a budget. Come on, come on, come on.
You are aware of how you're starting out right now, so you may not need much. Look like? Is it realistic? Okay. Did you set aside a realistic budget? So it is so important that you find tools, utilize tools such as QuickBooks, and some of the other software tools out there that are free and you have access to, so that you can really budget and see where you're spending your money, your dollars in advertising or marketing, purchasing equipment, purchasing, from vendors, inventory. What does your depreciation value look like? Like, all of those numbers are important because you need to find out, will I profit or am I losing money? So that budget piece is so important because again, the budget is very important.
Yeah, I know, because it make me, think, like I said, I use as the example, even with t-shirts and by design, right? Because of course you mentioned affirmations. You could think of 100,000 affirmations, but if your thing is I am great, right? And that is something that you promote, it's like see what you can do with that first before you expand and say, now I need it in red, blue, orange,
Right.
purple.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know what, pick the basics and then make some money from it, and
Yes.
then use that money to then reinvest in it.
Exactly.
Because we hear it all the time, but again, I have to go back to the pandemic. There are several people who came out with some of the ideas that they were sitting on, and they made a mint. So the thing is to just say, what is my fastest way to cash? Of course, but in all things, prayer, right? You got to pray. You got to pray about it. Seek God's face concerning any idea you believe in, and not only it being a good idea, but saying, oh God, please make it a God idea. The
Yeah.
the whole thing in the thought is too that saying, I say, for myself too. If it's something that I think, oh, that's a good idea, or that'll be great. No, Lord, you know, you have a panoramic view. I don't want to get thousands of dollars in debt with a certain venture or an idea for it to go anywhere, even though he makes all things work for our good, because I call those things expensive lessons. Yes, I have a whole list of expensive lessons because I'm not a gambler, but if it's something that I'm really passionate about, I will make the investment. And one of the best investments that you can make is
It's in
in you,
yourself.
in
That's
yourself. So when you're thinking about your business, don't forget you have got to be a priority and to not just go so be all in, but be all in, not forgetting about what that means, not only for your immediate family, especially if you have minor children. We're not saying don't feed those kids and change those pampers, but we're going to need you to still know what that means for you and then get the help. There are so many more free tools out that are
yes.
available now than ever before. I know for me, some of the things that I had to learn the hard way. And now looking at in this year, and it's a click of a button. It's
Mhm.
you like, wait, I had to do 20 steps and you telling me now they're doing it in 3?
Right.
But
Hmm.
he's that kind of guy, and that's why you need to know because there's so much available to you. Again, we're excited about what tonight has been. This is First Ladypreneurs. I'm Shawanna Kennedy, joined by my lovely co-host, First Lady Tiffany Anisette Pringle. And we're excited about what we're able to share here with you in these episodes, right? Because we want you to do more, be more, go higher, go greater, all, for the kingdom, right? For the kingdom. But where does he live? He abides on the inside of us, right?
Yes.
So it's like, how is he showing up in the things that we do? That's why we want him to have his hands, he want him to bless everything that we do. I know I do. I want him to bless everything that I believe. I need it to be a God idea. I don't even want to think
Yeah.
about it. I
I
want to be so that when I think about things, it's like I get everything I want because, of course, what I want is what he has for me, right? So then I'm that kid to get everything I want because I only want what he wants for me, right?
You're
And you can
aligned.
too. Yeah.
You're aligned to your purpose. And idea will come and you will be able to be successful in that business because it is in your purpose. It's your purpose that you're aligned to. You're doing what you were called to business because it's fun. You're passionate about it. So, we talked about the fact that we were going to share ideas. So the first four that we shared, this is going to be the part one segment. And we're going to come back in about 2 weeks and share with you another three. And we may just have a bonus. But I want to just encourage you all to continue going after your dreams, continue reaching beyond, step outside the box. And we're going to list all four of these ideas in the thread for you to continue learning and researching even more. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, step outside of your comfort zone, step outside of your box.
Bye for now.
Bye bye.